Hello, friends and fellow clean freaks. My name's Andy, and today I am helping my neighbor clean out her garage. You can see we have quite a few cardboard boxes stacked up here, and it's actually making the basic function of the garage unusable. We can't even get to the back door that leads to the yard and the house. So we're going to clean all of this out, sort through all of these boxes today. So it would actually take me about 8 hours total, broken up over 2 beautiful days here in early October. What we're looking at in this pile is boxes from my neighbor's childhood home. Her mother passed away last year. Her father had also passed away. And so they cleaned out their parents' house. They also had another property that some of these boxes came from. Now, this won't be a total clean out or clean up restoration because my neighbor wasn't really ready to get rid of everything. So instead, we are going to go through each of these boxes and we're going to sort things into clear bins. You can see my neighbor pulling those out now. And the reason we're doing that is a few reasons. One, the cardboard boxes are starting to deteriorate. They are susceptible to mold or water damage, and anything that is worth keeping or storing is worth keeping and storing well. And the clear bins do that. They offer protection from the elements. They also allow us to see what is inside the containers. So unlike the boxes, which you're going to see, we just spend a lot of time opening up boxes to see what's in them, remind ourselves what's in them. The clear bins, once you have it in there, you can see it. You can then use it. You'll see we sort some dishes and kitchen appliances that we can actually pull out and use now that we know where they are. Or we could eventually get rid of it because we're sick of looking at it. And when my neighbor's ready, I hope she will do that. So the way we decided to work today is I had a meeting with my neighbor and we talked about our goals. And one of the things I said was that I would just go through the boxes and give her a box at a time to go through, to sort, keep, donate, or put away. And I want to point out that I did offer her a chair and a table several times throughout the day, but she felt like standing for this first day, so I wasn't going to stop her. As she's going through these bins, we start with kitchenware because that's pretty easy. Trying to part with things or see what she can give to her daughters. This is perfectly reasonable because all of her daughters are either in school or graduating from school, getting their first apartment. So a lot of these things are things that they can and will use. I also, though, did make the suggestion or recommendation to her that if she asks her daughter if they want something and they say no, to believe them and get rid of it. Donate it to a local shelter or a thrift store, etc. I'll go ahead and speed things up here. You have to keep in mind that my neighbor and I don't know each other. I'm calling her my neighbor. I call everyone my neighbor. But actually, these free cleanings I post on our neighborhood Facebook group, and people respond. They send me photos and their story, and then I just show up and I help. So part of getting started is just getting to know each other and building a system together, and it's different every time. Now, I loved working with this neighbor. She and I worked very well together. And here you can see that we quickly realized we needed a way to get rid of the stuff that she didn't want, that she was ready to get rid of. Good things that other people could use. So we took a card table out to the lawn and we set that up on the sidewalk, and we just put a big old sign that said free on it. And throughout the rest of the 2 days, people would stop by and grab stuff, poke their head in the garage and say thank you, and keep it going. So that was a great way and an easy way to start to part with the stuff that we knew we didn't need. You can see very quickly that we really start to pull out a lot of boxes and work through a lot of containers together. while my neighbor is sorting through the keep or toss, I am going through the boxes and lining them up so she always has a project to work on. But I'm also doing things like finding boxes that aren't full or that have mixed items and putting like items with like items. You're going to start to see that we make crates for her daughters. So each of her daughters have different things. One of the daughters has a place that she can take a lot of camping or outdoor kids activities. So we make a huge pile. You'll see it at the end that she's going to pick up and take with her to that location. And I, of course, love a transformation video as much as anybody. So the more boxes I got out of this garage, the easier it was for us both to feel lighter and to start to see the potential of the garage. And on the second day, we really do an amazing job of getting this garage back to its proper function. But those camping boxes, they stick around. And what I loved about working with this neighbor is she did not stop. She met my energy. I am Energizer Bunny, go, go, go. So I would constantly be saying, you know, you can take a break, go inside, I got this. But she worked right alongside me all day. And this is not an easy thing for anybody to do. It's easy for a stranger to come in and help sort, but to go through your own stuff when you have this much, and a lot of it's sentimental, a lot of it's nostalgic, there's memories tied to everything, that is not easy to do. So I really give it to my neighbor for not only how hard she worked, but the hard work that this was. Okay, so I wanted to show you the boxes. That's where we were putting boxes outside of the garage when they were empty to be broken down at the end of today. And you're gonna see I change our camera angle in just a bit here to really give you a different view and a sense of how many boxes we were pulling out. This is the part of the process that I love. To be honest, I love every part of the process of cleaning and organizing, but when you're in the middle of it and you've got so many projects going on, because there's really no other way to do it when you're dealing with this much stuff, to get through it efficiently, you do kind of have to, yes, pick and go through one box at a time, but also start to make little piles of stations. So we had our kitchenware, we had our linens, I'll call them, and my goal, and you can see me starting to get there, was to get to these shelves. At the beginning of the day, looking at the pile of boxes, at first I didn't think I'd even start to tackle the shelves on day one, but with my neighbor's help, we were able to get to them pretty quickly. And once I could access them, my curiosity took over and I needed to know what is on these shelves, what's in these boxes. And it turned out to be more of the same. So I'm glad that we got to them because I was able to start pulling those boxes off. You can see some of them were incredibly heavy, full of dishes and appliances. So again, happy to help my neighbor. I'm glad I was there because I can't even imagine her trying to lift some of these boxes off these shelves. And then once I had access to the shelves, my mind started to go into organization mode of where are we going to put the clear bins that are full and ready to be stored. There was no place to put them in the house. There wasn't a basement or an attic that she wanted to store them. They had to be stored in the garage. So now it's, as we're getting rid of boxes, cleaning out these bins, making room on these shelves for all of the bins. And then also, and I'm not there yet, I think it's day 2 I get there, I can reach the back corner to give them a functional garage. They have a lot of lawn care and gardening equipment and basic household tools, automotive tools and chemicals, and you'll see that on day 2. You'll also notice throughout the video that I sweep up a lot. That is just because I like a clean space as I work. Rather than work amongst dirt and debris, I get it out as it becomes available, and yeah, that way, we're putting boxes down and items down on the ground. Everything stays pretty neat and tidy. So this was the end of the day. I was there about 4 hours, maybe just over 4 hours the first day. And by the time we met and discussed everything before the cameras rolled, got through all the boxes that we did, which you see me tearing down here, I'm going to assume we got through about 12 large boxes total. Um, we needed to clean up for the day and find a stopping point. Now, the purple tote you see and the silver bag and the boxes there in the front of the garage, those are some of those camping items I talked about. The basket of balls she's bringing over. It's a lot of stuff. It got to be such a large amount that I had to ask her what kind of vehicle her daughter had, because if she was making one trip, this wasn't going to cut it. So I just wanted to keep her mindful of all of that as we went. But it is great that all of that's going to find a home. And we ended the day very excitingly talking about the shelves and what could potentially go there. Knowing that I'd show up the next morning and we would do all of this over again, but my focus was going to be those shelves and the back of the garage. And I let her know that her job tomorrow would look a little bit different than today, because I was going to have her tackle a lot of her paperwork and her photos, which is no small task. So this is where we left it at the end of day one. I'll come back in the morning and we finish up and have the big reveal of everything organized, but we left it very much in progress at the end of day one. If you want to check out that video, I'll be posting that next. I want to thank you for watching and supporting these free cleanings. I'm so grateful to be in a place to help my neighbors at no cost clean up and get things neat and tidy. See you on the next one.